Right, this simply does work. When you punch, two things, okay? You have to hit hard and you have to hit the right place, and to do that, to hit hard and hit the right place, you have to be in the right position. So that's quite hard to train for. If you look at the basic technique, so if we just go from a normal fighting posture, just keep normal relaxed talking posture, hands in this position, this is all we do, and I'll make this very mechanical. Step, twist, that's it. Very mechanical. We'll do from the hips. Step, twist, okay? Now, I can remember years and years ago when I was first training on a punch bag, the head was up there on the punch bag, figuratively speaking, and I was throwing my punches like this. Bang, bang, like that, on a curve to the head. And I got in a bit of a scuffle with the bloke, and I can remember doing exactly the same as I've trained, and I hit his elbow. I caught his elbow. And it's from that point on that my punches, two things happen. The first thing, you have to punch higher, train by hitting higher than you think you would. So if my face is there, if I want to hit somebody's jaw at my own height, I want to train to hit higher, so my impact is up there. Because when I get frightened, we all sink down. And in fact, when I sink down, my fists will be in the right place. So what we want to do is rotate there, twist the hips. Now, when the twist comes out, your arm comes this way, and then it leaves. So imagine a circle. So on a circle, sphere. So it comes round the sphere, twist, and it leaves out that way. Cover yourself, that's your punch. And you have to fall into the punch. We're not boxers, this is street fighting, and it works. I can't say anything more. Everybody can argue the toss with me about it, you could fall into it and you're not covering your face, but I just know it works. I think that's it. You step forward, you twist, you throw your punch in, and you come through, and you fall into it, and you come in, ready just to do the other one. That's all you're doing. Now, you can only rotate your hips in a certain way. That way, and that way, over the top. So you can go over, over. So you can do that movement. So if you're fighting, you can go 1, 2, 1, 2. You can go 1, 2. Now, when I do that curve punch, I don't throw it out like that. It's there. It's tucked in tight, 2, and it comes round, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Now, in my observation of people at fighting, some people punch so weakly, it's hard to understand why they punch so weakly. And it's because often they've got mucked up mechanics. What they're doing, it's funny. You imagine they want to rotate in that position, so my hips do that. So I'm going in like that, but at the same time, because they might have done some other sport or some other martial arts, so it's taught them a different mechanical movement, they want to do that, but as they're doing that, they lift up on that hip or something. So can you see what's happened? Yeah. So their own body makes them weaker. They rotate and then they lift the hip up or something, and it mucks their movement up. Now, when you look at your targets, you must never ever just train like forward, back, forward, back. That's like in a Thai boxing match or a kickboxing match, you fight like that. When you fight on the street, it's actually on circles. Now what I want to do, if I use Mike here, if we get the pads, where's the pads? Oh, they're behind you, Mike. Yeah. We'll just get one pad. Now you slip that on, just slip one on. This is how I want you to train. If you get the pad, get the bloke right standing, because what you don't want to do is dislocate the bloke's arm. Okay?
I've had that, don't worry.
Yeah, I dislocated it earlier this year, didn't I? Sorry, Mike. If you look at the head position, now you have to forget his body, and you have to imagine that this is the head. And now this is how I want you to start off training to hit hard. Line yourself up as if you're having a conversation with somebody, centre line to centre line. Even if you move this way to the side, he will rotate himself, am I right? You know that happens on the door. You're going to do a preemptive strike. And as you do it, you look at this person, okay, and this is all you do. Step, and just twist, okay? Step and just twist. And look at my arm, can you see? Step, twist. Now the fall, there, look. All right, the fall. Now that's no anger in that, that's just me training. And watch the fall. Yeah? And I just fall in with the technique. How you actually stop yourself not hitting somebody too hard is by I actually, and this is the irony of it all, I muck up my own body mechanics deliberately to reduce my power. If I didn't want, say, if this is, I mean, and I've clumped quite a few people. On one occasion I clumped a bloke with a bottle and knocked him out for so long I thought I'd killed him. I mean, not that we necessarily want that. I was a lot younger and I'd worked on this punching. And all I'd done, he had the bottle and he went for it and he just went like that with the bottle to me. And I thought, you know, and I've stepped back and as his arms come down, I've just done this, moved in, and I just hit him. In fact, it felt like his whole of his side of his face caved in and he's gone down. In a very bad way. He was hospitalised for quite a while and his face was well mangled. And even that shot that I'd done wasn't like my worst shot. But when you had somebody like at that point where you think, cool, you know, you know.
Did you make a kind of a decision then maybe to modulate how hard you did it?
I did actually.
At some point like that?
Well, I did. And so how I started modulating it is two things. I started slapping and I started putting my right leg forward. Can you see?
Yeah.
So what I've done is reduce my own hip movement. That's all I've done, reduce my own hip movement. Now, when you look at it, but if we're looking at training for fighting, training to punch, you must, because there's sometimes maybe once or twice in your life when you're going to have to really hit somebody. A normal person doesn't work on the door, right? Will have to hit somebody maybe once or twice in life that's a life-threatening situation, and it'll be on the hoof. That'll be, you'll be in movement, you'll be in fear. And how you have to train for that is this. This will be, you'll find quite a bizarre way of doing it. Okay, you stand away, you don't count your distance. You stand at a distance and you just walk.